Hello, everyone. Welcome to Let's Talk. I'm your host, Artist Jackson, and I would like to talk about the situation going on in Denmark with Greenland and President Trump's desire to acquire Greenland. And as a Republican, I think that there's nothing wrong, first of all, with wanting to expand the jurisdiction of the United States and acquiring new states into the Union. I think there's nothing imperialistic about that. I do think that there's a right way and a wrong way of doing that, a lawful way and an unlawful way of doing it. And this is where I have to disagree with President Trump on the way he's going about it. I feel like he could have talked to the people of Greenland and the elected officials there, the leadership of Greenland and Denmark, and that he could have had a constructive conversation about trying to acquire Greenland. But at the end of the day, just like with all the other states that got pulled into the union, that joined our union, it should be up to the people of Greenland. The voters there should get to decide if they want to be part of the United States or not. I, as an American, think there's a lot of benefit that the people of Greenland will have in becoming part of the United States. I think they will have a quality of life that they may not currently have. But at the end of the day, that's my opinion. And at the end of the day, that is up to the voters and the people of Greenland to decide. I think that President Trump can work out if the people of Greenland don't want to be part of the United States, and if the leadership of Greenland don't want to become part of the United States, then I think he should have a partnership with them. He can extend upon it if he wants. To my knowledge, the U.S. does have military bases in Greenland, and if we want to expand a security partnership, maybe have a deeper security coordination between the United States and Greenland, it seemed like Greenland is open to that. It seemed like Denmark is open to that. But I don't think you should be trying to use force and intimidation to force a country, a sovereign nation, to become part of your country. To me, that's no better than what Russia is currently trying to do with Ukraine, where they're trying to just take Ukraine land and the people of Ukraine to become part of Russia by force, regardless if the people of Ukraine want it or not. And so at the end of the day, Greenland is a sovereign nation. They should have the same human rights that any other nation has, which is those people should decide if they want to become part of the United States or not. And if they don't want to, then that's fine. There are plenty of other places. Trump, if he want to, bring in new states into the union, there's plenty of other places around the world that would love to become part of the United States. There's plenty of places around the world where there are currently no people or very low residents are currently living there. And I'm sure it would be easy for Trump to offer money and other guarantees to the governments that operate these places, and it would be easier to bring them into the union. But going about it this way, trying to intimidate the government and leadership there into joining the United States, I don't think that's the right way to do it. And I think the people of Greenland should be able to decide if they want to join the United States or not. And if you approach them in a respectful way, and if you approach them as your equal and not inferior to you, and the same with the leadership there's a higher chance they could consider joining the United States. And it'll be a more easier situation and easier process to get that done. So at the end of the day, I have no problem with Trump wanting to bring more states and more territory to the United States. But I think there's a moral and lawful way to do that, and I think you should be respectful of the places you want to bring into the United States. Respect the people there, respect the voters there, respect their sovereignty, respect the leadership of those countries there. And if you do those things and you have a good proposition, I'm pretty sure it'll be easier to bring other nations and other people into the United States. Expanding the United States, is nothing wrong with that, but there is a way to do it. And currently, our administration is not doing that, in my opinion. This is Artist Jackson with Let's Talk. We'll have another episode where we'll talk about other issues. Thank you so much for giving me your time, and have a blessed day. Thank you.